Laboratory exercise number 5. Title of this activity: Design of a website using Cisco Packet Tracer. In the OSI layer, working with the application layer is essential. Application layer provides the means for end-to-end connectivity between individuals in the human network using data networks. As we know, the goal of this network system is to provide a communication in the fastest and shortest path as possible. Server is an important tool in this experiment. It responds from the entire client's request because servers contain files and information and manages it depending on the application. One of the server's role is to manage its web. In HTML programming, we can design various websites and links, change its fonts and contents, and provide information and images and make it available to the World Wide Web. In this experiment, we will simulate web programming, but we will use Cisco Packet Tracer to visualize what happens in the network system when it comes to web design. Objectives. At the end of this activity, I should be able to design a Cisco-based web programming system, determine the difference between static and dynamic routing, create their own websites and links, determine the function of the server in networks, identify how the server responds at the client's request. Materials needed: Cisco Packet Tracer. So here is our Cisco Packet Tracer. Procedure 1. Open the Cisco Packet Tracer, drag 3 PCs, 2 switches, 4 servers to the platform area. Three PCs. 1, 2, 3. Two switches. 1, 2. And 4 servers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Two, change the label of PC0 and PC1 as dynamic and PC2 as static. So we change the name. Three, in PC2, since it is named as static, configure its IP address. PC2 static. So here. PC0 and PC1 are labeled as dynamic. It means there will be no manual IP configuration for the two PCs because it is dynamic routing. DHCP there. Make sure that the packet tracer is in real-time mode. So here it is on real-time mode. Configure the DHCP server. So how do we do this? First, add a server and name it as DHCP server. So let's name it. Next, change it global setting by setting it gateway. So we'll be setting the gateway here. Configure its fast Ethernet by setting its IP to 172.16.0.10. Fast Ethernet there. Set the HTTP service and HTTPS service off. HTTP off. Set the DHCP server default gateway to 172.16.0.1. So DHCP default gateway. DNS server 172.16.0.11 there, and set start IP address 172.16.0. Let's make it 100. Set the DNS server and the emails SMTP and PO3 service to off. DNS should be off. Email should be off. There. Next is the number 6. Configure the DNS server. Add a server and name it as DNS server. Change its global settings by setting its gateway to 172.16. Gateway. Fast Ethernet. Set the HTTP off. DHCP address service off. Enter domain name. And then its IP. Like add another domain name. And its IP. And let's click add. DNS service, email, DNS off, email should be off. There. Number 7. Configure the web server. Add a server and name it as web server. Let's use this. Web server. Gateway. fast Ethernet. HTTP should be on. Change the sentence. Welcome to AMA Online Education System. You can study anywhere, anytime, at anywhere, anytime. There, and I'll click save. Yes. DHCP servers service off. So it's off. DNS should be off. Email should be off. There. So there I have configured it. Let me just connect my PC switches and server. Okay, so before I go to the proposed activity, let me just show you that this is working. So there, all lights are green. Okay, now let me configure my last server, just like how I did with the instruction with www.amaes.edu. So let's go back with that step. Web server, so let's change the name. We'll use this. Internal.com. Next, gateway. The address should be 30. HTTP service should be on. For our last activity, we have to create a website regarding artificial intelligence. So we have to configure it. So here is the website that I have created, artificial intelligence. Here. There. A website regarding artificial intelligence. So we have to configure it. So here is the website that I have created, artificial intelligence. Here. There. So questions to be answered within the video. What are HTTP, DNS, and DHCP? HTTP, it defines how messages are formatted and transmitted and what actions web servers and browsers should take in response to the command. DNS, it maps the domain name, the IP address. It's the one who's automatically looking for the domain name of a certain IP address. DHCP, it is a protocol which assigns IP to the host. It is also used when setting up DNS server to the host. 2. What is the difference between web design using HTML compared to Cisco Packet Tracer? So web design using HTML, well, I think, and in my own opinion, it has a lot of function. It has CSS, there's the Java, it's very complex, while in Cisco Packet Tracer, it's a simple web design, or you can make a simple web page using a Cisco Packet Tracer. 3. What can you conclude from this activity? The conclusion is end devices must be properly configured and ensure that web will work, or the certain page that should be displayed. Also Cisco has a lot of work, or a lot of function, because you have to configure each end devices, use the appropriate intermediary devices for your page to properly work and display. That's all. Thank you.